Now, right now, everyone's talking about the new iFly Jet 737 MAX, the most viral Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 release of this year. Is it really the most realistic aircraft we've ever had for the Microsoft Flight Simulator? Does this really transform your desktop computer to a full study-level simulation of the Boeing 737 MAX? Questions that I'm not qualified to answer at all, but I would try that anyway. Yes, after months of testing and preview, you can finally buy the 737 MAX for $69.95. It's a good price. I like it. And fair enough, it might just be the best modeled airplane we've ever had. And this is pure eye candy. Take a look at these beautiful LEAP engines right there. Beautiful fan blades. It is so well modeled that you can read every text. You know, this great day to speak Chinese. I don't know why this is in Chinese. Stand clear of hazards area while engine is running. Yeah, they should have read that. Grounding wire inside fueling station. You can see every rivet. I think with this aircraft, everyone can agree that, you know, I'm very glad to not be blind. Take a look at one of the best model landing gears I've ever seen ever. I mean, at least here the landing gear is round. Am I right, Aerosoft? Which it isn't. I have no idea how they managed to not make the tire is like a hexagon with more edges. Take a look at the landing gear bay right here, which I've never seen this detailed. This almost looks like a great invitation to become a stowaway passenger at this point. Look, and the inside is also just as beautiful. Oh, and we've got windshield wipers on. Shut up. Please turn that off. Obviously, we see the beautiful 737 MAX screens that have been kind of incorporated into this classic 737 MAX design. Oh, a very well organized overhead panel, I think always. When an Airbus pilot sees this, they have a stroke. But it doesn't matter. Very beautifully modeled. Just the slight details, a bit of wear and tear. Very nice to see. And while this cabin has been described as the most realistic Microsoft Flight Simulator cabin ever made as well. Take a look at this business class right here. This is definitely not a European airline, where we can even open the overhead storage bin. Look, that's immensely useless. Something else that's useless is that we can open the window blind on every seat. Why not? We can get the table going. I like useless features like that. Take a look at the beautiful lighting here. Yes, the new ambient lighting that the new 737 MAX features. We can obviously change that. There's also this configuration display that we have to turn on first in the cockpit, of course. It's realistic like that. I think it's this one, cabin utility? This one? Not sure. We right now have ground power going, as you can see from the outside. GPU's nicely providing electricity at the moment. Now, this is a bit strange. For some reasons, I can't get those tablets to start. Come on. Either way, it's not that important. You know what I mean. Let's close the cabin door because something else that is simulated is the lavatory, which we can get inside of. And we can close the door here. Okay. Do you know we are vampires, which is why we don't show up in the mirror. But we can open the toilet here and we can actually go to the bathroom. All right, let's close that again. And let's see how much toilet paper we can put into this thing. That feature doesn't work. That's a shame. And then we can flush. We can flush.
Who didn't flush?
People in first class don't forget to flush. They're very diligent flushers.
Everybody, this is totally study level. Yes. So for a start, we have amazing exterior model and interior model with a very functioning airplane. To the point where we can, you know, very realistically open the door. Yes. And oh shoot, let's close that again. Yeah, closing that. And then after the door is closed, we can arm the door. You know, like, pilots always say, cabin crew, arm the doors. We shall do that right here. And as you can see, there is this red ribbon right here, this red flag, to signal to ground crew that the door is indeed armed and we're ready to fly. And it's great that this airplane has seamless integration. Also, for example, into GSX, just from the start.
For your aircraft.
Shut up, GSX. As you can see, baggage is being loaded in. Take a look, we've passengers walking into our aircraft. See how happy they are? Oh, he was just moonwalking right there. Take a look at our proud flight attendants being so happy to have passengers come on the airplane that disappear when they come in. Yes, everyone is just so happy. So this all works fine as long as no one's wearing a Burger King crown. So this plane is like visually very future-proof as well. I mean, we're talking about the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 all the time, where you're supposed to do walk-arounds around the aircraft. And this one needs great modeling in the exterior. And this airplane can definitely do that. Now, I'm not a 737 pilot. I've never flown this plane in real life, nor am I an airline pilot at all. So why am I here to judge the systems? There's great videos about that. But to summarize feedback from Miro pilots, the systems are alright. I mean, okay, we don't have stuff like the circuit breakers, something that is simulated, for example, in the immensely amazing 777, which is, I think, the best flight simulator add-on we've ever had. According to some 737 pilots, the autopilot maybe is a little bit weird and fidgety, so they have to fix that. Also the FMC, so like the systems aren't that amazing as, for example, the Phoenix A320 or even the PMDG. But that's something that only real pilots notice, and I've heard from real pilots. I cannot confirm that. But come on, we've been sitting on the ground forever. Let's go ahead and start up this plane, so let's start with the APU while passengers are boarding. What I very much like is the pretty realistic EFB. It reminds me a lot of the 777 EFB for X-Plane Flight Simulator, which is why I trust it so much. The idea that we can initialize and close flights, that's great. We have airport maps. Looks very, very much like the 777 from Flight Factor indeed. So take a look. We've got our Navigraph integrated, of course. Search ident, Semaiden. No, never mind. I wanted to look up for charts. That's what I wanted. Would you see this? Beautiful. We've got charts added in that we can zoom in and out of and move and stuff. So that's great. Something I find immensely cool is the video option we have where we can look at stuff. Now obviously GSX passengers are not added into the cabin. I think that would kill performance, but look, we've got that. That's nice. Let's go ahead and close the cabin door right here. Beautiful. And now that we've got APU available like that, and our boarding is completed, we can go into the ground support menu right here and close all the doors, get rid of everything. Come on, get rid of the chocks as well. Set. Perfect. Closing all the doors. Let's go ahead and align the aircraft right here. Get everything ready here performance wise. All right, set IRS position. That should work. Beautiful. Take a look at the beautiful primary flight display here. I mean, there's just obviously no comparison to the Braddock 737 MAX, which was all shiny, nice. It's a little off with the coloring, I would say. Take a look at the model. I just want to, have you ever seen generator switches this beautiful? Looks like gold. So nice. So all is ready. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU bleed, turn off the packs, and we should be able to start up those engines here in a ground start. Come on, look at that. Beautiful. Get some fuel in there too. Get some fuel. There we go. Take a look. And we can see beautiful spinach with some beautiful cones gonna be sucked into those engines. Isn't this nice? Oh, some doors are still open, but that can sometimes happen with the 737 model. Yeah, okay. Because the airline that we fly for is rich, we can enable the heads-up display right here. Yes. Oh, that looks like a really good head-up display. Let's talk about that. All right, all's well. I think we can already start taxiing. Stop saying engine fail. Okay. Let's look outside. The airplane taxis beautifully without worry, and the sound design was well done as well. Maybe, yeah. That's usual Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 taxi problems where planes just taxi way too easily, but that's going to be fixed in 2024 for sure. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, this looks a bit unrealistic, but anyway, let's go ahead and take off here. We can maybe even do a rolling takeoff on the 737 MAX 8. What the f***? All right, let's try this again with a very well-configured airplane. Shut up, Takeoff. For some reason, I can't put the flaps down. And damn, this plane is interesting because these planes on the ground really do feel so different coming from the Flight Simulator 2024. It's going to change a lot. Come on, let's go ahead now and try to take off despite having no flaps and a relatively short runway. You can do it. You can take off, please. Pull up all the way. You can do it. Yeah. It's a great review, Swiss is there one. Yeah, I know. Either way, we are happily flying the 737 MAX. Now, you can hear now the GPWS callouts.
Caution, obstacle.
Obstacle, yes, with the beautiful terrain warning, which is great here in the mountains. So yeah, so far this airplane makes a really good impression. Now, does it, for example, have the infamous MCAS system simulated? Not really. You know, I did check out the MCAS feature in the Aerofly FS4 video. Yes, they have a 737 MAX, and they even have the old MCAS optionally available as a system. Obviously, MCAS, the thing that's supposed to stop your airplane from stalling, which this airplane has a tendency to do so because of the big engines, I guess, was obviously changed after the MCAS incidents. All right, you can see that right here. You can see something going on there. Can you see that? Can you see the stab trim being pushed down by quite a lot? Here we go. Oh, it just keeps going. What I have to do is pull up the yoke all the way so that we don't crash. If I were to let go of the controls, this is what happens. You see the ground relatively quickly. But the developers of iFly do say that they implemented a little bit of MCAS that pushes your nose down once you enter a stall. Let's go ahead and actually do that. Let's try to very aggressively enter a stall. Our engines are now set to idle, and we are nicely climbing and nicely losing speed, as you can see. Look at this. Airspeed low. It should be pulling pushing the nose down any second. Oh yeah, and it does that. It does so. But it doesn't quite work with trim. I think in the real 737 MAX it used trim. Yeah, pretty much able to push this plane into a stall. This thing does not use trim, as it would trim down the nose in real life to prevent a stall before it even happens, which doesn't happen here. I'm nicely able to pull the nose up. Come on. Yeah, this plane won't even stall at all. Like, what's the problem? Yeah, once again, though, I'm not a real 737 MAX pilot, so I'm really unable to say whether this feels right. But I remember in the Aerosoft 737 MAX, we had a lot more MCAS implementation. But alright, you know I like the 737 MAX because of its agility. Let's maybe try to land it somewhere. But somewhere crazy. We're supposed to there one after all. We haven't done that in a while. Alright, St. Bartholomew. It's the island that we have right in front of us. Let's get the landing gear down. And we have beautiful animation of that happening. Take a look at this. Very nice. Alright, come on. Flaps fully down. Time to come in for a beautiful landing with the flaps fully deployed. Runway is down there. It's only 600 meters long. Let's take a look at the beautiful head-up display with its birdie that I very much love, because you can very much see where you're going. Just aim the birdie right here. Come on, to the runway. It'll be a hard landing. Yes, it has been a hard landing. It's time now to go full reverse thrust, full braking power in the brakes indeed, and yes, here we go. We have landed at St. Barths, and we even have some runway to spare. That's actually been pretty good. Yeah, this plane feels good to fly, feels good to land, that's what I have to say. In real life, though, I think those brakes might need replacing, or are even on fire. That could also be. That's like a wheel well fire. That's something that this plane does not do, and I think the PMDG 737 does do. Literally, when you do land full stop power, you have a wheel well fire alert. I don't think this does it here. That's some of the detailed systems that PMDG apparently does have, and iFly does not yet, although this plane does have failures. And we need to power up the display. Hold on, here we go. Sim menu, we have failures here. Oh no, how about engine? Maybe let's go ahead and slew ourselves into a flight situation like that. Let's maybe test a really big emergency, and that is the reverse unlock. Activate failure. There we go. Set. Done. We've got reverser going in our left engine, which is really bad news and has caused, for example, a lot of 767 to very much crash. But maybe because of flight simulator limitations, we don't see our reverser coming out. We now are only kind of dealing with some differential thrust, but the airplane does not crash at all. So that really doesn't work. Let me see. What else can we do? Number one, engine. Flame out. Let's maybe do that. Activate failure. Set. So yes, that's something that's very appreciated. Failures have never really been implemented very well in the Microsoft Flight Simulator because, I guess, of brand safety or something. So there's never really been a native engine fires, nor is there here. I mean, okay, this is just a flame out, but yes, we have basic failures implemented as well. So what can I say about the iFly 737 MAX? Once again, take my opinion with a grain of salt. Very amazing model. I guess so the systems aren't as detailed as some people might want them to be. For the normal flight simulator like me, I mean, I wouldn't have noticed that there's maybe something missing. So yes, it is a great add-on, although it might not be the best add-on ever made for the Flight Simulator 2020. But hey, this thing has just been out for a few days. We're gonna see lots of updates so far, especially for the pretty good price of $69. This is a definitely Swiss Air 1 approved airplane, but I do think that, putting this airplane into this superlative position of being the best might just end up in disappointment yet. So already, this is my unqualified video about this airplane. I can't wait to fly it in streams, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters: Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Fanner, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.